This summer,
You're looking at a bloke in A1 condition.
see why 6 million are addicted to the UK's freshest hit.
Who wants to kill a dying man?
With full wedding star John Hannah in the premiere of Out of the Blue, 9:35 Thursday on 8.
Our sales staff have been trained to keep the stock turning over, so have a look at these.
One owner low-case with excellent history and all features including ABS brakes and cruise control. Why buy new? A one-year-old luxury sedan with low kilometres and every extra including ABS, cruise control and CD player. Why buy new? Prices start from $17,990 and choose from auto or 5-speed manual. Why buy new?
You know, I've told you before, we give our all. Why buy new? Come straight to C&G and bank the difference.
Radio Electrics has portable sound all wrapped up for Christmas. You'll be ho-ho happy with this sharp radio cassette and CD player, $179. Play all your favourite jingles on this Philips radio cassette, $49.95. You'll be singing all the way with this Sanyo stereo radio cassette, $29.95. And this Panasonic radio cassette will rock Santa off his socks, $79.95. Free Christmas gift wrapping, dash in and lay by now for Christmas, because Radio Electrics has portable sound all wrapped up for Christmas.
McDonald's NBA thermoreactive cups. There are 4 of these amazing thermoreactive cups to collect at McDonald's, and they're absolutely free with every $1.95 giant Coke. But hurry, before someone else grabs it.
Starry-eyed specials this Christmas at Sundial Jewellers. This 10-point diamond solitaire is hard to beat. 9-carat gold fancy studs and hoops from a low $39. Value plus in this gold Belcher bracelet at $199, or be more extravagant with this matching necklet and bracelet. For the little people, bananas in pyjamas, time teacher watches and clocks. First time release. All this and more in the catalogue out now at Sundial Jewellers, your personal jewellery store.
Black & Decker have just made jobs around the house a lot easier to do with the VersaPack interchangeable battery system. With VersaPack, you get a lot for your money because one set of rechargeable batteries powers over 20 different Black & Decker cordless tools. VersaPack from Black & Decker. Someone's thinking.
John Farnham. He sold more albums here than any other Australian artist. Now, the multi-platinum Romeo's Heart.
Somebody show me how to get back to
Boasting 3 smash hits, plus the brand new single,
Don't Let It End.
John Farnham's Romeo's Heart. Now for a limited time, available with a bonus 5-track CD. Romeo's Heart. What more could you want for Christmas?
It's looking pretty good out there. Whew.
"9:30 Friday." From the creator of Pulp Fiction
I ain't scaredy, I just don't like you.
comes the full throttle action premiere, True Romance.
Give the man pride.
Christian Slater and Patricia Arquette
Would you like to go get some pie with me?
as 2 young lovers
These aren't my clothes.
caught in a witty adults-only adventure
What do you want from me?
with Hollywood's hotshots Brad Pitt and Dennis Hopper.
That would be amazing.
True Romance premieres 9:30 Friday on 8.
Red Door, an intriguing, sensual modern floral blend. The perfect gift for that special woman in your life. Open it and discover all of its luxurious forms, which includes body powder, bath and shower gel, deodorant, body lotion, and sensual body cream.
A wonderful Christmas suggestion from Gambier City Pharmacy's Commercial Street West in the Lakes Village.
Our sales staff have been trained to keep the stock turning over, so have a look at these.
One owner, T-Bar Auto with air conditioning, airbag, only 16,000 Ks and perfect history. Why buy new? 1-year-old Ford limousine, every luxury, including twin airbags and 6-stacker CD player. This sporty Commodore looks fast, just standing still. Loads of extras for performance cars. It's C&G every time.
You know, I've told you before, we give our all. Why buy new? Come straight to C&G and bank the difference.
Can you see it? Australia's smallest car loan. At just 8.95% per annum, fixed for the first 6 months. From the South Australian Credit Union for personal loans, savings and loans.
House Farewell Concert is brought to you by the all-new Metro Mazda.
Saturday, saddle up for double the trouble, double the fun.
That sounds great.
With Full House's Mary Kate and Ashley Olsen.
You could be severely punished.
It might be worth it.
In a riotous family premiere. They're two cool cowgirls.
Yes.
Caught up in one outrageous outback adventure.
I hope we can help you save the land.
With Northern Exposure's Peg Phillips and Dirty Dancing's Patrick Cassidy. And Mrs. Doubtfire's Martin
Al the
Mull.
West was fun.
Premiere 6:30 Saturday on 8.
Smooth, refreshing, totally unspoiled. Hey, it's up to us to protect something so pure. I'm playing my part. How about you?
There's big savings now at your Southeast Action Holden dealers. Big savings on Jackaroo 4-wheel drive with fuel-injected V6 engine, power steering and 4-wheel disc brakes. Holden's long-wheelbase Jackaroo is amazing value at just $39,990. Then add up the features of Frontiera Sport. 4-wheel drive, air conditioning, power steering, removable roof, rear windows at just $29,990. No matter how you calculate it, you won't do a better deal on a 4-wheel drive than right now at your Southeast Action Holden dealer. Don't you miss out. See your Southeast Action Holden dealers. They'll be there when you need them.
You get more for less. UFS. Better value is our policy. We've grown with you, caring for you, 'cause you're part of the family. A friendly face, a helping hand, someone you know will understand. You get more for less. UFS. Must be your family.
What does getting in front mean to you?
Freedom. Like getting out of here and having a place of my own.
My own house?
That's what we're all about.
How about one of the lowest rates in the state?
I guess there would be some excitement involved.
We could take the money and run.
The Great Start Home Loan, 6.95% per annum, fixed for 1 year from Bank SA.
I would be laughing all the way.
Oh, definitely. We love laughing. Yes, definitely.
If you'd like to get in front, call into your local branch. Bank SA, the Bank of South Australians.
Who can protect all my business premises?
Weekend.
The new Mount Gambier Night Patrol.
One day, she's a bored housewife.
You know what you should do? You should have enough faith.
Next day,
Rock and roll!
she's a lethal weapon of love.
He had himself a heart attack.
Kirstie Alley
Now I have 2 things to confess in church this week.
and Bill Pullman.
Calling the police. Yes, I will.
In a romantic comedy of family mishaps with Ed O'Neill and Carrie Fisher.
I don't believe it.
Sibling Rivalry, 8:35 Saturday on 8.
This holiday season, Arnold Schwarzenegger is on a mission.
I'll get that toy. I promise.
But Sinbad is in his way.
This is war.
Now, get ready to shop. Till the last man drops.
Oh, poor baby.
Arnold Schwarzenegger, Jingle All the Way.
Screening at Landmark Pictures on these dates.
Metallica, the multi-platinum album Load, now with 3 massive hit singles, including Until It Sleeps, Hero of the Day, and and the new single, Mama Said. Plus, for a limited time, Load is now available with a bonus interview CD. Maximum Metallica value, maximum load. Get it now.
What does getting in front mean to you?
There's a question.
Having lots and lots and lots of money.
Plenty of money. That kind of radiant feel of well-being you get from that.
I really don't want too much.
Getting in front means different things to different people.
Light at the end of the tunnel.
You want to be able to travel, you want a nice car, you want the best of everything, don't you?
A nice backyard would be wonderful.
Or just sleeping in on a Saturday morning. It's making a profit.
Security.
And that's why I'm in business.
We know, because at Bank SA, we help more people do that than any other bank in the state.
Well, that's not a bad policy. Getting in front. It's about getting ahead. It's having everybody else behind you.
If you'd like to get in front, call into your local branch. Bank SA, the Bank of South Australians.
Don't you wish your foundation stayed on your face and not on your clothes? I'm Dan Streetbeck, and I found one that does. Max Factor's new lasting performance. It's smudge-proof, touch-proof, and hug-proof.
Max Factor's new lasting performance, the makeup of makeup artists.
Buy tyres, wheels and batteries from Bob Jane T-Marts and pay nothing for not only 1 month or 2 months, 3, 4 or 5 months. You pay absolutely nothing for 6 whole months. No deposit, no charges, no interest at Bob Jane T-Marts this month only.
It's ours. Can you believe it? I never contemplated the idea of ever paying off the house in my life.
Feels wonderful. Really does.
And years ahead of time. We used to look at these bank ads and I'd see people sitting there looking at a simulator on a computer. I used to laugh at that.
The pressure's off now. Hey, I can sit back and relax.
It's a feeling of security. It's a feeling of contentment.
Great relief?
Yes, it's a great relief.
Yes, it is. It is, isn't it? It is.
Well, you know, it's good. It's good.
Hi.
Hi, Sue. Here for
At Repco Auto Repair, we get to know you and your car. In fact, nobody knows your car better.
Repco Auto Repair nationwide warranty. Honoured at any Repco Auto Repair Centre in Australia. It covers quality Repco parts and labour for 12 months or 20,000 kilometres. You can't do better than that.
Repco Auto Repair. Nobody knows your car better.
Monday the 4th, feeling really blur, constipated again. Time for the Faithful Fibre treatment. No joy. Obviously need even more fibre. Jane suggested Metamucil. I always thought it was artificial. No way. It's made from 100% natural food fibre and has more soluble fibre than most other high fibre foods. Friday the 8th, and it's Metamucil 1, constipation nil.
Get regular naturally. Metamucil.
What do you reckon? That's not so bad. Light ice, mate. Perfect. Oh, that's the worst of it, be honest then.
When it comes to music, this is the very best. The very best of bread, now only $19.95. Plus Bette Midler. The Monkees. And the very best of 1927.
And there's nothing I can do.
Save over $10 on the very best 20 best-selling albums, only $19.95 for a short time only.
At 50 kilometres an hour, a car equipped with the best tyres and brakes and driven by a professional driver takes this far to stop. At 60 kilometres an hour this time, now at 70 kilometres an hour. No matter how good a driver you are, or what kind of car you drive, the faster you go, the longer you need to stop.
I never contemplated the idea of ever paying off the house in my life, and here it is.
With the Nationals Grade 6.99% one-year fixed home loan rate, you can own your home a lot sooner. Just call 13 13 12.
When love goes sour,
Bitch. Do it twice so the family court doesn't miss it.
no one is ever innocent.
Do you like that day she does with her tongue, or does she only do that for me?
For the first time,
I was alone with him. Sometimes women have to do things.
beginning 8:35 Tuesday, Jag sensation David James Elliott and Melrose Place star Daphne Zuniga.
Get on that stand and tell the truth.
Over 2 riveting nights, Degree of Guilt on 8.
Santa's World of Music Christmas catalogue is out now. There's huge savings on all musical instruments. Buy this student guitar for just $89 and receive a free lesson book with CD. This Casio beginner's keyboard is now only $149. Plus shop at World of Music and you could win this Daewoo car.
Christmas catalogue bargains are available from your World of Music store in the southeast, Philtronics, 21 Percy Street, Mount Gambier.
For hair that's truly in top condition, you have to care for every single strand. The Vidal Sassoon Academy teaches that no matter how you cut it, hair must be cared for, strand by strand by strand, which is why the Vidal Sassoon shampoos and conditioners have natural protein and moisturizers to help revitalize and protect hair one strand at a time. Vidal Sassoon leaves every strand in top condition.
You know Vetrazin is the best long-term fly strike protection. Now it comes in a new spray-on formulation with many advantages, like being a lot faster to use. Vetrazin Spray-On, the fastest protection around.
It's not about looking good. It's not about winning.
Go one better now at Sports Power's Christmas catalogue price plunge. Exclusive Nike t-shirts, go one better, just $25. Nike men's and women's latest release footwear, just do it from $69. Gray Nichols and Kookaburra Junior cricket sets, go one better for only $59.95. Sports Power's Christmas price plunge, catalogue out now.
Sports Power. Go one better.
It's all ours, the whole catastrophe.
It really is. We've never been so happy.
With the Nationals Grade 6.99% one-year fixed home loan rate, you can own your home a lot sooner. Just call 13 13 12.
For more than a decade, Jimmy Barnes has forged an indelible mark on Australian rock with an impressive collection of hit songs. Barnes hits, including the smashed Lover Lover, 19 of Jimmy's best. The soundtrack to the best 15 years of your life. Jimmy Barnes hits, out now.
You're looking at the award-winning Mitsubishi Magna. So advanced, it's probably the best car ever made in Australia. The NRMA named it the best family sedan. The RACQ voted it best family car. The RACV judged it best large car. And the RAA crowned it best family car, $25,000 to $40,000. It seems the decision is unanimous. Winner by knockout, the award-winning Mitsubishi Magna.
Enjoy.
With no beer.
Strongbow, sweet, dry or draft.
At Bill and Megan Ferguson's, everybody tucks into a traditional hot Christmas dinner. But
But the order of the day for the Choys is a Chinese banquet. For the Petersons, Christmas Eve takes on a distinctly European flavour. But the Logans prefer to throw a prawn on the barbie down at the beach. Fact is, while Christmas is a little different for everybody, when they ask what's to eat, you can bet it'll be something fresh. That's quality guaranteed and absolutely delicious from Australia's Woolworths. Happy Christmas from all the fresh food people.
Start counting. You're just 14 days away from healthier, shinier hair. That's the promise of Pantene Pro V. You've brushed and blown away the shine. Now in just 14 days, you can start to bring it back. Healthy, shiny, strong hair.
Pantene's the first ever root-penetrating pro vitamin formula. Root to tip, it improves the entire length of your hair, actually keeping it strong.
In just 14 days. You'll see. The more you use it, the better it gets.
Pantene Pro V, for hair so healthy it shines.
Count on it.
Did you know Surf concentrated liquid now only costs around half as much per wash as the leading standard liquid? No wonder it's got the competition in the spin.
Surf, a great wash for a great deal less.
You're looking at the award-winning Mitsubishi Magna. So advanced, it's probably the best car ever made in Australia. The NRMA named it the best family sedan. The RACQ voted it best family car. The RACV judged it best large car, and the RAA crowned it best family car, $25,000 to $40,000. It seems the decision is unanimous. Winner by knockout, the award-winning Mitsubishi Magna.
I want to break free. I want to break free. You are not alone. How does it feel? All I wanna say is that they don't really care about. All I wanna say is that they don't really care about. All I wanna say is that they don't really care about us.
Selling Han Ice. Hey, you can do with a smooth Han Ice.
Sure.
How about you, Han Ice?
Yeah, absolutely.
Han Ice. There you go. Ice. Eskimos. And they said it couldn't be done. Hey guys, listen to this. There was a young lady from Iceland. All right, wait, give me a cold shoulder here.
Mom, how much surf liquid do I put in?
Just one capful, darling.
Surf, a great wash from a great deal less.
At Tompkins, we can't be beaten on price, advice and installation. With Pioneer CD tuners at just $390, save $139. Pioneer radio cassette players with 6-disc multi-CD player, now only $729. Kicker Impulse 6x9 two-way speakers, $195 a pair. Plus there's heaps more savings store-wide, so check us out. With 6 months interest-free, you can buy now and pay in May. Tompkins, Australia's largest independent car audio dealer, we can't be beaten.
Mazda Network 10 and today's Austereo Network were proud to present the Crowded House Farewell to the World concert in association with Brashes and Aussie Mail, supporting the Sydney Children's Hospital and the Australian Cord Blood Bank.
This summer,
you're looking at a bloke in A1 condition.
see why 6 million are addicted to the UK's freshest hit.
Who wants to kill a dying man?
With full wedding star John Hannah in the premiere of Out of the Blue, 9:35 Thursday on 8.
Hey, did you know you can win cars, holidays, golf clubs and all this stuff if you buy Bridgestone tyres from your local Bridgestone tyre centre? So, see you around like a Bridgestone. What's it take to get you lot moving this morning? Well, truckload of Farmers Union would be a good start.
The day I get in a truckload of Farmers Union is the day you blokes take up ballet.
the smallest truck you've got?
There are millions of different homes in Australia, but Carrier air conditioning fits them all. That's because we've the biggest range of air conditioners for either whole houses or single rooms. And our nationwide network of qualified experts will help you choose the right system for your home. And your home only. For total comfort of mind and body, there's only one air conditioner. Carrier.
These Mortine guys, first odorless fly spray, now there's odorless surface spray.
What's that for, Louis? I can't smell.
Yeah, genius, it's odorless.
Mortine odorless surface spray.
Mortine.
Channel 8 Community Classifieds telecast twice nightly, 7 days a week. Starkey's Butchers in Narracourt super specials this week. Half a hog at $19 plus 1 kilogram of sausages free. 2 kilogram lean beef mince, $9. Try our smoked chickens, $6.50 each. Phone 620084 after hours 622 982. Go, go, go to Penny Farthing on Tuesday. Reductions on kids' summer clothing, dresses, T-shirts, shorts and more. Check the new Gumnuts range only at Penny Farthing. For sale, 16-foot Viscount caravan, very good condition, 1 double bed, 2 singles, fridge, near-new annex, TV, 6 months registration, other extras, $6,500 or near offer. Phone 087 232 905, evenings best. Just Yvonne's Christmas sale is on now. 20% off handbags, 20% off wallets, 20% off travel wear, 20% off everything, absolutely everything. Come into Just Yvonne's today. Commercial Street Chemist Night roster, Gambier City Pharmacy, 17 Commercial Street West, open 7 until 8:30. Channel 8 Community Classifieds really get results. Telecast twice nightly, 7 days a week. To lodge your classified, give Chris a call on the hotline 218828 or fax 218811 or leave them at Channel 8 or the Border Watch before 12 noon, Monday to Friday.
The PM's battle with the Senate heating up. Steamy weather sparks bushfires in 3 states. And a mid-pitch stumble fails to stop Australia tightening its grip.
From National 9 News, this is Nightline with Jim Whaley.
Good evening. Prime Minister Howard is now approaching the hot zone in his wrangle with the Senate. The next 2 weeks will be critical in pushing through a number of key budget issues, such as the partial sale of Telstra and an increase in tertiary education fees. Both face strong opposition in the upper house. The Senate's not the PM's only problem. Pauline Hanson has been speaking her mind again. Laurie Wilson has our report.
John Howard may well feel comfortable mixing, as he was this evening, with the nation's business leaders. But he was clearly less than impressed with comments at the weekend by News Limited executive Ken Cowley that the government wasn't pushing ahead quickly enough with its reform agenda.
Running the government is not quite like running a business. Mr Cowley and others must understand that in the Australian political system, to get a law passed, you've got to pass it through both houses of Parliament.
And right now, the Prime Minister is about to face his moment of truth in the Senate on the future of 2 of the budget's big-ticket items, the increase in HEX fees and the part sale of Telstra. On Telstra, Tasmanian Independent Senator Brian Harradine, whose vote is crucial, is still playing a very public game of cat and mouse with the government.
If the vote was held at when we resume tonight, I probably wouldn't be voting for it. But, you know, there's a bit of time to go.
That's not the Prime Minister's only headache. Pauline Hanson is at it again, claiming she's the victim of a vicious campaign of abuse orchestrated by the media and the major political parties.
This campaign of intimidation is nothing more than an attempt to shut me up. Well, I won't shut up.
She hit back at Malaysia's leader, Dr Mahathir, who described the independent MP as moronic.
I will not be deterred by the cheap insults made of me by the Malaysian Prime Minister, a man who presides over a country in which Indian and Chinese minorities are systematically discriminated against.
Ms Hanson says she's received support for her stand from literally thousands of people, including Asian migrants.
Old Australians, new Australians, Indigenous Australians, and yes, many Asian Australians.
Laurie Wilson reporting for Nightline.
Today's hot and windy weather across much of the country has well and truly signalled the start of the bushfire season. Tens of thousands of hectares of bushland have been destroyed in fires in Queensland, New South Wales and South Australia.
As the bushfire threat continued west of Brisbane, the town of Crow's Nest was one of many in the firing line.
If it comes towards the east, we could have some major problems, and we're constructing a large break to protect the town.
Scores of fires are burning over a huge area of southeast Queensland, from Chinchilla to the Darling Downs and Ipswich. At least 10,000 hectares of scrub and state forest have already been burnt out. Although conditions have eased slightly, 4,000 firefighters remain on alert. Across the New South Wales border, firefighters had to contend with high winds as they battled more than 30 separate bushfires. At least half a dozen fires are still burning out of control tonight, but no houses are threatened. The gale-force winds brought down power lines and trees across Sydney and the Central Coast. At Richmond, a 45-year-old woman narrowly escaped injury when a tree crashed through her roof.
She was very lucky. The tree actually came within about half a metre from her head.
Strong winds are also fanning two fires burning in inaccessible terrain in the Flinders Ranges. Water bombers are being used to try and stop the blaze in its tracks. While firefighters are hoping for the wind to ease, the fires have served as a warning of a hot, dry summer ahead. Raymond Dale for Nightline.
A special fund has been set up seeking donations for a 5-year-old girl orphaned after the rest of her family died yesterday in a house fire in Sydney's west. Tamara Godding had been staying with her grandmother. Killed in the fire were 24-year-old father David Godding, mother Tracy, 21, 3-year-old son Reese and 2-year-old daughter Shani. Police won't comment on reports that one of the children may have been playing with matches. A New South Wales court has been told blood samples link a teenage youth to the murders of his mother, brother and sister south of Wollongong in March. Matthew de Grucci has protested his innocence since his arrest 5 months ago. Police say while their evidence is circumstantial, they have a very strong case, including de Grucci's fingerprints on a jerry can used to soak his dead brother with petrol. They also found a note written by de Grucci which allegedly outlines a plan to kill his victims. The hearing continues tomorrow. Prime Minister Howard is standing by his commitment to change native title laws following a claim for Crown land in Darwin and nearby areas. Mr Howard said that claims like these put the native title process in jeopardy. Northern Territory Chief Minister Shane Stone wants the legislation reformed immediately.
The Larrakia people and NLC dropped their bombshell yesterday. The government says the compensation claims could exceed $100 million.
We are pro-development. We would like developers to come and talk to us, the same as any other landholder.
Major projects targeted through the claim are the East Arm Port Development, Alice Darwin Rail Link, Wickham Point Gas Proposal and the Space Base at Gunpoint.
If someone were to come and dig up your backyard, you'd want to talk to them, find out what they're doing.
They want a slice of an action on projects that they've contributed nothing to.
The Prime Minister's reaction was measured but not without alarm.
These are the sort of claims that can have the impact of encouraging those in the community who would denigrate and destroy the native title process.
There have been a multiplicity of land claims in all sorts of areas. Over the last little while, I think that all of them are capable of being adjudicated and most won't succeed.
The claim is due to be lodged on Wednesday. Laura Lee Fong Lim for Nightline.
After the break, police target an international prostitution racket and farewell Tiny Tim.
With me
Plug into the power of radio rentals right now and get our biggest, best deal on amazing sound and vision with this complete home cinema system from Sony. And it could be yours free. Or rent or buy a fantastic Pioneer Dolby ProLogic Mini system or a compact Philips Mini system at a ridiculously low price. And they could be yours free. That's the power of Christmas at Radio Rentals.
Time for your best shot. Time to roll up your sleeves. This job's gonna take all you've got. Nothing good comes easy. Let's work. Time to get things moving. Let's work. 'Cause you know what you're doing. Show the world the way to go. Let's work this Holden rodeo. Let's work.
See your Southeast Action Holden dealers. They'll be there when you need them.
You could be giving that someone special this beautiful dress ring for Christmas. Perhaps a lady's or gentleman's watch, or this elegant dome clock. In all, $1,500 worth of prizes for Christmas from Sundial Jewellers and Channel 8. Call into Sundial Jewellers and enter this free competition. We'll draw the winner on December 23rd. Your Christmas could be wonderful this year with help from Sundial Jewellers and Channel 8.
When their lives took a sudden turn,
Hello. What's the matter, Morty? Can't you buy her a whole dress?
it was the last thing they expected.
You brought her to my son's bar mitzvah. Is she a gift?
And the best thing
We help them rise, we can help them fall.
that ever happened to them.
Hello, sunshine.
Bette Midler, Goldie Hawn, Diane Keaton.
And remember, what?
The First Wives Club.
Don't get mad. Get everything.
Showing at Landmark Pictures.
Victoria's road safety authorities have released a series of hard-hitting advertisements in the run-up to Christmas. The Transport Accident Commission ads highlight the tragic consequences of drink driving.
Passenger from the other vehicle has died.
The campaign is aimed at cutting last December's Victorian road toll of 46, nearly a quarter of whom were over 0.05. The Queensland Government has announced a tough new criminal code, doubling or even trebling prison terms for serious crimes. To cover a legal loophole, there's a new crime of torture, with a maximum of 14 years, and armed sexual assault attracts life. The Borbidge government says it's also increased penalties for child sexual abuse. Melbourne brothels have been targeted by federal police in their attempt to smash what they believe is an international prostitution racket. A man has appeared in court, while several Thai women have been interviewed by immigration officials.
Detectives believe 37-year-old Van Chal Lee, an Australian citizen, is the principal in the alleged prostitution racket. Federal police and immigration officials raided 3 brothels in West Melbourne, Keysborough and Moorabbin, and homes in Springvale and Donvale, arresting Lee and detaining several Thai nationals. It's alleged that as many as 30 Thai women were brought to Australia on false passports and then forced to work as prostitutes. In Melbourne Magistrates Court, Lee faced 8 charges involving alleged immigration offences and fraud. Federal agents have appealed for public help in an ongoing investigation.
This investigation's been going approximately 9 months, and all I can say at the moment is that we're running a number of complex inquiries here and overseas.
Those inquiries are believed to focus on cash transfers between Melbourne and Bangkok. While more charges are likely after the weekend raids, federal agents are less forthcoming about their views on the lack of laws to deal with alleged cases of forced labour.
It's not up for me to comment on that.
5 of the women are now being questioned at the Immigration Department's Maribyrnong Detention Centre. Some are believed to be seeking permanent visas. Van Chal Lee has been remanded in custody. Gavin McDougall for Nightline.
Opponents of Serbian President Slobodan Milosevic have vowed to maintain their huge street marches despite police hints of an imminent crackdown. They also say they'll spread their protests over the government's annulment of opposition victories in local elections to other cities throughout Serbia. The 14th day of demonstrations saw as many as 100,000 people march through Belgrade, many pausing to pelt the government TV station with eggs and firecrackers. At least 3 people have been killed in floods in Greece, including a father and daughter who drove into a river unaware a bridge had been washed away. Several other people are missing. Days of torrential rain damaged hundreds of homes and cars, walls of water sweeping through many small towns. Well, he used to sing about tiptoeing through the tulips, but now he'll be pushing up daisies. That whimsical singer, Tiny Tim, has died of a heart attack. He was 64.
1968, and one of music's strangest careers is born.
Come tiptoe through the tulips with me.
Tiny Tim, born Herbert Corey, only ever had one hit, but his 15 minutes of fame lasted a lifetime.
Are you married?
Oh.
His wedding to Miss Vicky attracted 40 million viewers on live TV. Tiny Tim was the perfect foil to the acid rockers of the time. He spent almost 30 years in the quest for a second hit, constantly recording and touring, many times in Australia.
You're my harbour of love.
He never cared what people thought of him. Last September, he suffered a heart attack and fell from the stage at a ukulele festival. He said then he didn't fear death.
I had a great life. I had a great wife, a great career.
He collapsed and died during a concert last night. Fittingly, he'd just performed Tiptoe Through the Tulips. In the United States, Nick McCallum for Nightline.
A couple who endured a somewhat frigid domestic relationship for a year have made a flying visit back to the place they once called home, the Antarctic. The icebound southern continent might be the coldest and windiest place on Earth, but it's also become a favourite for airborne sightseers.
90% of the world's ice is here. It's one giant snowfield. So cold, nothing apart from the native bird and marine life lives or grows here. And that perhaps explains its appeal. People want to come here because so few do. For only the third year, Qantas has scenic flights to Antarctica, twice the size of Australia. It's 4 hours there and 4 hours back, with 3 hours flying over the icy, inhospitable continent. And this is definitely the way to do it, a wild adventure in armchair comfort. For most people, it's the chance to do something different, a perfect present for the tourist who's seen everything. Don and Margie McIntyre spent last year there, enduring minus 50-degree temperatures and winds of almost 200 kilometres an hour.
24-hour darkness through winter, trapped for up to 20 days in a box the size of someone's bathroom. The roar of the wind so loud that you've got to shout to each other when you're in bed, things like that. So it's a pretty unique sort of experience.
Yeah, but geez, we had fun.
Oh, we had fun.
Former Air Force pilot John Seaton was involved in the continent's early mapping. It's the first time he's been back in 40 years.
The aircraft makes the world a difference, of course, because of its range and its fuel capabilities. The comfort is amazing.
Scenic flights to Antarctica were once common, but they ceased when a New Zealand plane crashed into Mount Erebus in 1979, killing all 279 on board.
The aircraft wasn't where the crew believed it was, and they descended below the minimum safe altitude.
Down here, and it is the bottom of the world, everything is governed by the weather. There's no guarantee clouds won't obscure the view. But as one of the most remote places on Earth, it's certainly something to tell your workmates about on Monday. Helen Ballard for Nightline.
In a moment, the People's Convention on an Australian Republic. Is the government about to break its election promise? We'll have Paul Lynham's view.
In just 14 weeks, I've reached my goal. I've lost 12 kilos with Jenny Craig. Putting on jeans used to be a nightmare. They just wouldn't fit.
Tell me about it.
But now I love wearing jeans. See? They fit like a glove.
Oh, I'm never going to get into these.
Thank you, Jenny Craig. No, really, thank you.
Don't wait for the new year. Start losing weight today. Get 4 weeks for $19.97 plus food. Call Jenny now.
The Bosch cordless drill puts technology at your fingertips. It allows you to drill and screw drive effortlessly, and its quick-changing keyless chuck makes life even easier. Bosch, excellence always.
It's not about looking good. It's not about winning.
Go one better now at Sports Power's Christmas catalogue price plunge. Exclusive Nike t-shirts go one better, just $25. Nike men's and women's latest release footwear, just do it from $69. Gray Nichols and Kookaburra Junior cricket sets go one better for only $59.95. Sports Power's Christmas price plunge. Catalogue out now.
Sports Power. Go one better.
What do you think of the weather?
Abominable.
I knew you were going to say that.
How's the wife and cubs?
Jimmy Barnes has forged an indelible mark on Australian rock with an impressive collection of hit songs. Barnes Hits. Of Jimmy's best, digitally remastered and repackaged into one huge album. Barnes Hits, including the smashed Lover Lover, plus Good Times, Working Class Man, No Second Prize, Driving Wheels, The Wait and more. Barnes Hits, the soundtrack to the best 15 years of your life. Jimmy Barnes Hits, out now.
The Howard government is expected to announce soon the details of the People's Convention to weigh up the Republican issue next year. However, there's now a strong likelihood that the government will back away from its election promise that half the convention delegates would be elected. From Canberra, Paul Lynham reports.
The PM's Parliamentary Secretary, Senator Nick Minchin, put the People's Convention plan to Cabinet today, and it's expected to be discussed again later in the week, with a public announcement likely early next week. Senator Minchin's proposal remains a secret, but there have been several hints in recent weeks that the government's going cold on the idea of holding an election for half of the convention delegates. Now it appears the plan is to appoint them all. In Sydney last night, historian and art critic Robert Hughes took the hint and gave the government a huge serve at a Republican meeting.
There's nothing to prevent it stacking the convention with as many monarchists as it wants to have, with naturally a minority of Republicans thrown in as window dressing, to get exactly the vote that it wants to have. Never. This idea is a farce. It is a mockery of democratic process.
On ABC Radio this morning, the PM skirted the issue when he was asked point blank whether a fully appointed convention was under consideration.
Well, we're looking at a range of options. I want to say on that subject that we are going to, as we said during the election campaign, involve the Australian people in the process from the middle, the beginning and the end.
In the 9 months since he took office, with a bit more than 4 years to run until the year 2001, the centenary of Federation, our Prime Minister has done absolutely zilch about this issue. Instead, he has sat on it like a complacent puffin and pretended it isn't there.
Mr. Speaker, it's a debate which belongs to all of the Australian people. It is not a debate that belongs to a group of self-appointed cultural dietitians, domestic or expatriate.
The PM went on to suggest that when the government's plans are revealed, many of the criticisms will prove to have been absolutely false. But also today, Senator Minchin told the local government gathering there are good reasons for considering that electing delegates may not be the best way to proceed. Shadow Attorney General Senator Nick Bolkus is not impressed.
The commitment before the election was that delegates would be elected. Participation was the buzzword before the election. Participation's right out the window now when it comes to election. And I think that's a big step backwards.
So why is Senator Minchin considering such a step? He says the idea of electing delegates raises a host of thorny questions like, how would the electorates be defined? What method of election should be used? Would political parties and interest groups take part? And is the idea really worth the estimated cost of $55 million?
They knew before the election when they made the commitment what it would cost, and nothing's changed since.
To which the government, no doubt, would respond that the discovery of a massive budget deficit is a fairly significant change. But that doesn't remove the political difficulty of a clear election pledge being dumped. Moreover, Republicans are not likely to be impressed by Senator Minchin's suggestion that local councils might pass on their nominations to state and territory pools from which delegates could be selected.
A lot of people in many council areas wouldn't trust the local council with local planning regulations, let alone with appointments to a national constitutional convention.
Senator Bolker says Republicans will fight the local government nomination scheme all the way. He calls it low-level stacking. In reply, government sources claim that elected delegates would mostly be those with high public profiles and fat wallets, the familiar faces who seem to speak out on so many issues. Perhaps this row will give new momentum to the debate, for it's been pretty quiet in recent months while Middle Australia's been worrying about jobs and the economy. Perhaps the government has some other proposals that will be seen as fair and representative, proposals that can move the debate forward without division and without name-calling. We should know the answer to that early next week. Jim.
Thanks, Paul. And still to come on Nightline, the finance and weather. And in sport, Elliott still a chance for the third test despite his injured knee. A Shield wrap-up and a win over the Welsh caps Campisi's Test rugby career.
We may never see his leg again.
Shop in Naracoorte and win in the fantastic Ford Festiva giveaway. Entry is free with every qualifying purchase, so the more you spend, the greater your chance of winning. The major prize is a Ford Festiva Trio valued at over $16,000. Plus, there's great monthly prizes. The major prize draw will be on December 20th at the Soundshell, Naracoorte Town Square at 7 p.m. Tickets are only available for participating Naracoorte Chamber of Commerce members displaying the fantastic Ford Festiva giveaway poster. Shop in Naracoorte and win.
And now you might think a corgi like me would need a palace to live in. Rubbish.
We poodles do need rather a lot of hairdressing, but I think you'll agree, it's worth it.
I don't like to be left alone, me, so I'm right good for older folks.
Chuck us a ball, mate. Come on, chuck us a ball, please. Come on, come on, come on. Chuck us a ball, please, please, please. Come on.
We Jack Russells like a lot of exercise, don't we, Dad?
You speak for yourself, son.
Unfortunately, there's no matchmaking service for people and dogs.
Oh, shucks.
But now there's Select a Dog.
Select a Dog? Now, what's that?
It's a totally free service from the Pet Care Information and Advisory Service. You send in a questionnaire and we tell you which breeds of dog would suit you and how to find them. For your copy, just call Pet Care on 1-800-064-400.
That's 1-800-064-400.
Thank you very much.
In 1993, Counting Crows burst onto the scene with August and Everything After. 7 million copies later, Counting Crows are back with their new album, Recovering the Satellites. Featuring 14 interstellar new tracks. Counting Crows, Recovering the Satellites. Get your piece of the universe now.
Imagine the biggest Christmas stocking you've ever seen jam-packed with Christmas presents. Well, it could be yours standing next to your tree on Christmas morning. When you go shopping at the Lakes Village, fill out an entry form available from Kmart or any of the specialty stores. You'll find competition boxes in the mall. The winner will be drawn on Channel 8 at 5:55 Monday, December 23rd. The giant Christmas stocking at the Lakes Village. Anyone can enter.
See you at the lakes.
Now to sport, and for the West Indies, the final day of the second test holds the same challenge as the final day of the first test. Plenty of wickets to spare, but a lot of runs to get. Needing 313 for victory, the Windies will be hoping to fare better than they did in Brisbane. Elliott, Mark Waugh and Bevan set up Australia's tally. Elliott heading towards a century before he was sidelined in a collision.
The Australians started the day needing plenty of runs, but Mark Waugh was almost an early casualty.
Nicked it, he's dropped it.
Elliott played the role of aggressor to bring up his maiden test half-century as the third wicket stand gathered momentum.
Set that one away. That's the 50 partnership. It'll go all the way for 4.
Ambrose gave Waugh a lesson in kicking a cricket ball, but the Australians weren't so sure on their feet and the consequences were disastrous.
They were both watching to see what was happening with the ball. Looks to me as if he's in a lot of trouble here.
The resulting knee injury forcing Elliott from the field 22 runs shy of a century. placing his immediate Test future in doubt. Waugh went on to bring up his 50 just after lunch.
The spectator there got his head out of the way very quickly.
While the Aussies were contemplating a declaration target, the runs dried up. The pursuit of singles almost proving costly.
And he's safe.
Bevan survived, but Waugh was out soon after for 67.
That's the cue of the bat.
Australia 3 for 209. That brought Blewett and Bevan together, and the pair lifted the tempo. Bevan returning to form with 52. His dismissal was one of a few bright spots in an otherwise woeful day in the field for the West Indies.
Michael, I don't believe it.
Taylor declared, leaving the Windies needing 340 for victory, and the pitch showing plenty of turn. After stumps, officials confirmed Elliott had torn a cartilage in his right knee. He'll return to Melbourne for surgery, putting him in doubt for the MCG test later this month.
Nothing else looks damaged, but, you know, once you get in there with the naked eye, there might be some more damage, but we're optimistic, that's all.
I didn't even see him. I was watching the ball. I changed sides of the wicket, and just I did that. He did the same, and bang.
Matt Dowling for Nightline.
In other cricket news, Queensland has jumped to a 10-point lead on the Shield table after an outright win over Victoria today. The Bulls knocked up the 135 needed for victory, losing just 2 wickets along the way. Earlier, Andrew Bickle was again the destroyer for Queensland, picking up the last Victorian wicket, giving him 10 for the match. The Bulls never looked in trouble in their run chase. Matthew Hayden reminding national selectors he's still in form. New South Wales got within 1 wicket of an outright win against Tasmania, but the Tigers held on for a draw. Shane Lee had helped the Blues set a target of 302 with an unbeaten century. The Tasmanians had a sniff of victory thanks to David Boone, but lost 5 quick wickets before shutting up shop. In Adelaide, Shield holders South Australia have slumped to another outright defeat, going down to Western Australia by 5 wickets. Chasing 284 for victory, the Warriors had a few stumbles along the way, but Damien Martin and Tom Moody steadied the ship, setting them up for a comfortable victory. Welsh rugby fans were far from impressed by their defeat at the hands of Australia, especially with one of the Wallaby tries doubtful to say the least. But the locals were generous in their farewell to David Campese, who was retired from Test football.
The scene of some of his greatest triumphs, Carter Farm Parks again presented Campese with an emotional moment. While Campo was saying farewell, Welsh 5'8" Jonathan Davis was making his return from rugby league.
It's a whisker away, but Australia were offside.
That penalty gave the home side first points, but the Wallabies hit back after a Campese mistake. The Welsh hesitated, but the referee didn't blow his whistle.
But play goes on. The chip behind Ian Evans. Try is allowed.
In the second half, the Wallabies again ran the ball. But against play, Gareth Thomas broke a long-standing hoodoo. Not since 1984 had Wales scored a try against the Wallabies at this ground. Now ahead 1918, Wales couldn't hang on. First Finnegan was held up, and then a penalty try sealed the Wallabies' victory.
As Wales collapsed the scrum, the final celebration goes Australia's way.
Campese didn't add to his world record 64 Test tries, but the occasion will last a lifetime.
We may never see his like again.
To win today was fantastic to go out in a great note, and you know, Wales put up a great fight, but the boys did us proud.
Clinton Fletcher for Nightline.
France has snared its 8th Davis Cup with Arnaud Birch defeating Sweden's Nicholas Kulti in the reverse singles. In a thriller, Birch took the match 10-8 in the 5th set. Earlier, Sweden's Thomas Enqvist had levelled the tie.
In one of the Cup's most dramatic finals, Sweden's Thomas Enqvist thrilled the crowd, fighting back from 2 sets down and 2-5 in the 5th to win 9-7. It set up a tremendous final rubber. Nicholas Kulti, a late replacement for the injured Stefan Edberg, had 3 match points in the 5th set against Arnaud Birch. The Frenchman saved them and broke Kulti to win 10-8 in the 5th set, ending a near 5-hour struggle to give France Davis Cup glory for the 8th time. France will start its defence of the title against Australia on grass at White City in February. Charles Christian for Nightline.
Now, finance news. In the Australian share market closed 3 points down today. In Tokyo, the Nikkei fell 345 points. In London tonight, the FT100 is 6 points down in morning trading. Gold is fetching $370.25 US an ounce. And in European trading tonight, the Australian dollar is buying 82 US cents, 1.26 Deutschmarks, 93 yen and 48p. The national weather, and there's a low over the southeast. A high dominates central Australia, while a cold front is nearing Perth. The forecasts, a possible late storm for Brisbane. It should be fine in Darwin. Fine also for Sydney, Hobart and Adelaide. Some late showers in Canberra and Melbourne. And for Perth, a fine day ahead. That's the news this Monday night. We'll finish with the Miss Victoria Awards, announced in Melbourne tonight. The winner was 26-year-old Kylie Lewis, but the spotlight was stolen by Brad Rogers, who took out the title of Fundraiser of the Year, becoming the first male ever to qualify for the Miss Australia finals. Good night.
We hope that you have enjoyed our programs here on Channel 8, your local station. And don't forget to tune in again for another full day's entertainment. But before we leave you for tonight, here is a quick preview of what's coming up over the next week on Channel 8, your local station.
When love goes sour,
Bitch! Do it twice so the family court doesn't miss it.
no one is ever completely innocent.
Do you like that day she does with her tongue, or does she only do that for me?
For the first time,
I was alone with him. Sometimes women have to do things.
beginning 8:35 Tuesday, Jag sensation David James Elliott and Melrose Place star Daphne Zuniga.
Get on that stand and tell the truth.
Over 2 riveting nights, Degree of Guilt on 8. If you think summer's a bummer for TV, then think again, because we've got something really revealing to show you.
Come back, you pansy. Oh, have you?
Just to get away from it all.
Time out for serious fun.
Now the bell.
Kate Fisher and the AFL's Paul Salmon lead an enthusiastic
I'm a
team.
simple bloke, really, with simple likes.
Keen to explore the lighter side of relaxation.
Keep the cameras rolling, boys.
A brand new series, Time Out for Serious Fun, Wednesday, 7:30 on 8. Thursday on Chicago Hope.
Daughter needs help. Somebody please.
A couple's divorce affects their chronically ill daughter.
Oh, you said she leads a quiet life, not much physical activity. Careful. Yeah, I haven't accused anyone of child abuse.
Austin almost collapses during surgery.
Not this, a line clamp.
And Camille asks Hancock out on a date.
If I said I didn't want to go out with you because you were black, I'd be called a racist.
Not by me.
Chicago Hope, Thursday, 8:35 on 8.
Tonight, I'd like to say a prayer with you. A prayer that we might find it very, very difficult to pray when we are alone. A prayer I have written that those of you who are watching, listening, or those who live alone would know that this is your prayer. So let us pray together. I live alone, dear Lord. Stay by my side in all my daily needs. Be thou my guide. Grant me good health, for that indeed I pray, to carry on my work from day to day. Keep pure my mind, my thoughts, my every deed. Let me be kind, unselfish in my neighbor's need. If sickness or accident befall, then humbly, Lord, I pray, hear thou my call. And when I'm feeling low or in despair, lift up my heart and help me in my prayer. I live alone, dear Lord, yet have no fear, because I feel your presence ever near. Amen. May this be your prayer every day, every night, that God may hear the deepest, deepest prayer you have for you tonight. Good night.
As Channel 8 closes, we remind you that Lifeline continues 24 hours a day.